If you've ever worried about pricing your products or putting a price to the service that you're offering, then I highly recommend you watch this video all the way through, because I just heard the best way somebody has ever put it in terms of why you should be comfortable pricing what you price. Hey, my name is Pat Flynn, here to help you make more money, save more time, and help more people too. And today I want to share with you a clip from my morning show, The Income Stream. And I brought on a special guest, Chalene Johnson, who's helped me and mentored me so many times in the past. And she's now here to mentor you about putting a price on your products, and an exercise included about how you can change your mind about getting comfortable asking for a sale. And in fact, the interesting thing is, when you do this right, you don't even have to ask for the sale. What do I mean? Well, listen in. When it comes to making money, I know that there are going to be some mindset issues when it comes to asking to get paid, or, the reselling thing makes sense. Here's a thing, thank you for the money. But when it comes to especially skills, or we have services, or we're coaching somebody, how do you recommend we get comfortable putting a price on that and charging people for stuff when, yes, we do want to serve, but we also need to get paid too? What are your thoughts around money and asking people for money?
Money mindset's huge, man. It is huge. And I think a lot of it is, instead of asking people, it's how we frame it, right? Like I'm never selling. I'm always serving, or I'm helping people make a decision that could change their lives. That's it. And when it comes to pricing ourselves, it's funny, like you said, when you're reselling something, you're like, oh, I have no problem selling this thing for $50 because I know I bought it for $400. Mm-hmm. And I know it's like a steal. I'm almost like annoyed that they're buying it for $50, right? And for whatever reason, we discount ourselves because we're thinking of ourselves as selling. And what you need to do is think about the same thing, like, how much did I have to invest to get this knowledge? How many hours, and what is my time worth? How many years of experience did it take for me to get to this point? How much have I invested in terms of my own education and my own development? And what would it take for somebody to have to be right where I'm at today? Might be tens of thousands of dollars and thousands of hours. And so now when I'm thinking about offering this at, $5,000, it feels like a steal because I'm giving you my MBA, which I spent $120,000 on, So you want to feel like, in my opinion, you want to feel like this is a no-brainer when you price something. You have to understand, and that starts with you understanding your own worth, and I don't think that we give ourselves enough credit. But if you take out a pen and a piece of paper, and I suggest you do that. If you struggle with this is an exercise I suggest for my students all the time. Take out a pen and a piece of paper and write down the number of years that it took. Write down the number of hours that you listened to podcasts, audiobooks, took the time to review online courses. Write down the number of dollars that you invested in each and every additional training, and the mistakes that you've made and how costly those things were. And then you're going to see this and you're going to go like, yeah, I feel really good. I feel really excited to offer my services at this price.
I'm literally getting, I don't know if y'all could see the hairs on my arm standing up, but I'm literally getting goosebumps, and there's a lot of great comments here. I love, who is it just recently? Somebody just said it, Martin here just said, and it all suddenly makes sense now.
Oh, that's cool.
And I hope you all take this and maybe even do the same exercise that Chalene just mentioned, because we so often just undervalue ourselves and we forget about all the work that we put in. And you had done this for me, Chalene, when you helped inspire me to create Power Up Podcasting. Like, it was like mind blowing, because you were like asking me these same questions. Like, how long have you been podcasting for? What kind of mistakes that you made? Yeah, you're totally offering this at a price that's an absolute, people are robbing you at this price point. You said that. I don't know if you remember that, but you're like, people are robbing you. And I was like, well, that's good. That's exactly how I wanted to feel. And I remember I was on stage at MIA, your event for Marketing Impact Academy, which is just probably the coolest group of people I've ever met. Honestly, I always feel so welcomed at the conferences. And, I know that things are virtual right now, but I can't wait to get back on stages, and especially your stage, because it's just such an incredible crowd. But going into that, you would ask me to sell that course on stage. You had coached me, I'd called you, you had helped me through a lot of the mindset issues that I was having. These same exact discussions are coming up. So I'm so glad all of you are watching this right now and able to hear this happening. And I remember waking up that day that I was going to go on stage, sell the beta version of this course, Power Up Podcasting. Yep. And I was so nervous and so worried, feeling like slime, because I was like, oh my gosh, I feel icky selling. I've given away everything for free for so long. This is not me. This is not me. But you promised me that this was of value and that if I come from a place of service, people are going to buy. And at the moment of that presentation, 45 minutes in, as soon as I mentioned Power Up Podcasting, there was an applause.
That was crazy. No, you mentioned the price, Pat.
Oh, the price, and then people
You
clapped.
mentioned the price, and people stood up and applauded. And I looked at Brad, I go, oh, this is priceless. Because you know why? Because you didn't sell. And that was the conversation that we had before you went on stage. I said, there's going to be people in the audience who want to know exactly how to work with you. And that would cost, tens of thousands of dollars for you to individually mentor people to get a podcast started. Teach them how to do that. And then don't sell it. Just explain what it is your course does and what is included. And if you explain it, and allow people who need it to make a decision, make an informed decision. And that's what we have to do. Everybody, reframe the way you feel about selling. If you're selling, then you are slimy. Selling is that person who's not listening, who's trying to get us to buy something that we don't need because they're trying to make a quota. I never sell. I'm going to explain something to you so that you can decide if it's the right time for you. And also if it's not right for you, because I don't want you to buy something that's not going to help you. I don't want you to invest in something that's I don't want you to invest in a podcast course when what you thought you were buying was a course on how to kill it on Etsy. Like, you have to just explain it to people and then say, so if you want it, here it is. And people literally were running to the back of the room. We were dying. And we were like, you were still standing on stage, kind of trying to explain it. And I'm like, Pat, there's nobody in the room. They're all waiting in the back. Incredible. To join. We're like, you're done.
It was the most amazing feeling. And I went backstage, and after the celebratory sort of remarks from you and your team, I went back to my hotel room and I literally just cried my eyes out, because I couldn't believe that people were willing to spend money with me. And then I really had to reframe that focus. And I said, oh my gosh, people need this information. And that's how I started thinking about it. And then I just kind of did what I could to over deliver for your audience and make sure that I upheld that promise. And we've had thousands of students go through there now. That course has made well over $1.5 million thanks to you. So what do you think? Leave a comment below and let me know if that opened your eyes to how you can actually get comfortable selling. And of course, if you can't back up that price, then maybe you shouldn't be selling what it is that you're selling. So let me know your thoughts below in the comments. And if you like Chalene and everything she has to say, I highly recommend checking out her program, Marketing Impact Academy. I've been a part of that before. I've been on her stage. She has amazing insights to helping people start businesses on the side, even in today's environment. Highly recommend you check it out. My affiliate link is patflynn.com/MIA, and you'll find a link to it in the description below. And that's all. Let me know your thoughts about pricing and how your mind has opened up since watching this video. Thanks to Chalene. Thanks to you. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, Team Flynn for the win.